Greeting fellow Guardians, HK here from the Phantom Brawlers with a Destiny 2 Solar Hunter build video. Let's get straight into it. Each subclass got something really cool added to it when they got reworked. Void got volatile rounds, Arc got Jolt and Amplified, and Solar got Scorch and Ignitions, and they're all great, especially when used with good builds. However, it must be said that Ignitions are by far the strongest, but also the hardest to pull off due to needing 100 Scorch stacks, which you'll almost never do on standard light power enemies. That's where this build comes in. Before I show you the gameplay, let's understand the build. The super can be any of your preference. The dodge needs to be the gambler's dodge, so that when dodging near an enemy it fully refunds your melee energy. Jump is your preference. The melee needs to be the proximity explosive knife, and the grenade needs to be a healing grenade. Aspects will want knock 'em down for the secondary effect, whilst radiant final blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refunds your melee energy, and on your mark, just for the 3 fragment slots. For the fragments we want Ember of Torches, where powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant, Ember of Eruption, which gives our solar ignitions an increased area of effect, Ember of Solace, which makes our radiant and restoration effects last longer, Ember of Empyrean, which extends the duration of radiant and restoration effects for solar weapon and ability final blows. And lastly, we want Ember of Wonder, which generates an orb of power for multi-kills with solar ignitions. As for weapons, you can use anything you like, as long as you've got a solar energy weapon. However, I do strongly recommend anything with Demolitionist on, for extra grenade energy. Next is the armor and mods. For our exotic, we're using CALIBAN'S hand, which causes your proximity knife to scorch enemies it damages with its explosions, or ignite enemies it kills. It also gives a crazy increase to melee regeneration whilst the knife is just sat somewhere before exploding, almost enough to fully regen your melee. Time for the mods. On your head you'll want at least one hands-on for more super energy on melee kills, which we'll be doing a lot of. On your arms you'll want heavy-handed to make an orb of power on melee kills, impact induction for grenade energy on melee damage, and grenade kickstart for grenade energy when you use your grenade and you have armor charges. On your chest you'll want at least one charged up mod for an extra armor charge stack. On legs you'll want innovation, insulation, and absolution. These give grenade, ability, and all ability energy upon picking up an orb of power. Lastly, the class item. You'll want Bomber and Distribution for grenade and all ability energy when using your dodge, and Reaper to make your next weapon final blow after dodging spawn an orb of power. Here's how the build works, and it's a general ability rotation. Throw a grenade at your feet for instant cure and 6 seconds of restoration. Then kill an enemy with your throwing knife to make yourself radiant. Because the initial hit makes you radiant, the explosion afterwards will refund your knife, and the ignition will kill everything close by. After this, you can spam your knife and solar weapons to keep both buffs active, as each kill will add an additional 4 seconds of both the buffs, giving you a max of 12 seconds each. If you miss your knife, dodging by an enemy will give it back and regen a bit of grenade energy. Picking up orbs also gives back a bit of grenade energy and ability energy. Whilst you have armor charges, throwing your next healing grenade will recover a bunch of grenade energy. And that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and let me know in the comments below. See you all in the next video. As always, special thanks to Admiral Chadis, Smithrax, Kell of House Hunt, The Razor 456, and Haruta for their support on Twitch.